wanted. Well, they probably have got that. 3-zip is how the series ended. But even then, there are a few question marks that the Indian cricket fan may have at the moment. Will a Mohammad Shami be definitely starting in the 11? Because that's not what happened in 2 out of the 3 matches that you saw in this series. Will Akshar and KL Rahul continue to swap their batting positions? Is KL Rahul a sure shot starter in the 11? Some of you may have those doubts as well. And what exactly happened that a Yashasvi Jaiswal had to be dropped for the inclusion of Varun Chakravarthy? We have all those answers, 2 of them very concrete, and they tell us what that Indian 11 could be like come the first game of the Champions Trophy. Gautam Gambhir came up for the press conference and he's given us all those answers. Let's start with the big one as to who starts in or who leads the pace bowling attack, because you saw Arshdeep play in the third match. In the second match, you saw it was Mohammad Shami. In the first match, you saw it was and the one common thing, in fact, that you saw in all 3 matches was that Harshit Rana played. But does that mean that Harshit Rana starts ahead of a Shami? Do Harshit Rana and Arshdeep Singh form that opening pair for you, the new ball opening pair? Maybe not. Why? I say that for a reason, because look at what Gautam Gambhir has said. This is what Gautam Gambhir said, saying that it's obviously very good to have somebody like Mohammad Shami with his experience back in the side. You can't obviously make up for the loss of Jasprit Bumrah, but you have to make do with the resources that you have. He says that hoping that we're trying to manage Shami's workload. That's why he did not play in the third match, hoping that he will be fresh in the Champions Trophy. That's why you gave him rest. He also, by the way, went on to say that for a reason he was played only 2 out of the 3 T20Is in the series that happened before the ODIs, and you played him just once because you want to keep him fresh. Look what he says after that. He says that it is good to have an experienced Shami back. A Rana or a Arshdeep will have to put their hand up alongside Mohammad Shami. Now that's a big giveaway as to who starts or who leads the pace battery for you. That, as far as Gautam Gambhir is concerned, is going to be Mohammad Shami. So one big answer, and that was the big question that everyone had, that has a Rana done enough to start ahead of a Shami? Have you forgotten already what a Shami had done for you in the ODI World Cup? Yes, he may be rusty at the moment with his returns in domestic cricket and in the couple of matches that you've seen from him after him coming back. But Gautam Gambhir giving us a very clear idea that it is going to be Mohammad Shami who will be starting. Let's move forward because we have more answers from Gautam Gambhir. Now talking about the swapping of positions, as I was talking about. Will a KL Rahul be made to bat at number 6 and an Akshar leapfrog? That is something that was asked to Gautam Gambhir. Very interesting what he said. Despite what we saw today, 40 odd runs coming in quick fire manner from KL Rahul, batting at number 5. Now his returns prior to that were 2 and 10. But see what happens when you make him bat at his natural position or the position that he would desire as well. But contrary to what you and I, or how you and I may look at it, look at what Gautam Gambhir told us. He said that KL Rahul is our number. In fact, let me go forward and talk about this one. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. This is with regards to KL Rahul and Akshar Patel. He says that it's not about the batting order, it's about impact. Why have all right-handers when you have a quality left-hander? He's talking about Akshar over here. We don't look at averages and stats. We look at who can deliver when and who can create impact. This is a game of creating impact, he says, and the team management believes that Akshar Patel is that quality left-hander. So don't be surprised. The impression that I get from these quotes of Gautam Gambhir, don't be surprised that there be a situation where an Akshar is made to bat at number 5 and KL Rahul made to bat at number 6. While I may disagree, I would love to know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section how you look at this particular philosophy of this Indian team, despite KL Rahul showing all those good numbers that he did in the ODI World Cup as well. Another question around KL Rahul is he a guaranteed starter? You have a Rishabh Pant and you are looking at infusing that left-hander in the 11 as well, as we just saw from Gautam Gambhir. Now, does that mean that the Indian team turn to a Rishabh Pant if things go wrong? Or, in fact, for that first match, can't say about the former, but look at what India are going to be doing at the start of the series. Very clear that KL Rahul will be in the starting 11. He starts as India's number one wicket-keeper batter. KL Rahul is our number one wicket-keeper. That's what he said. And this is what I can say at the moment. Rishabh Pant will get his chance, but at the moment it is KL Rahul who has done well, and we cannot play two wicket-keeper batters. KL Rahul will start for us. You don't have to hear it more clearer than this. There wasn't in fact any doubt as well, if you ask me, because all three matches, that's what you saw as well, and no reason to take out a KL Rahul for one simple fact that he has delivered when batting at number 5. Let's move forward and tell you more about what Gautam Gambhir had told us. Shreyas Iyer, the other batter, there were some question marks against. Remember what he said after the first match, that I wasn't supposed to start. But see what has happened. Shreyas Iyer not only plays the next two matches, but he delivers in those next couple of matches as well. And Shreyas was always supposed to play in the series. He wasn't going to be dropped throughout the series if there were any questions. But why even that experiment? He explains, of having Yashasvi Jaiswal in the 11 instead of a Shreyas. This is how Gautam Gambhir went about the explanation, saying that Iyer was not supposed to be benched throughout the series. We wanted to see what Jaiswal could do because of the form that we'd seen from him, albeit in another format. Shreyas is an important player, and at times you have to rotate. Shreyas was always in the scheme of things. So the Indian team was just experimenting, and that's what we know as far as why Shreyas Iyer had told us after the first match that he wasn't even supposed to start, but then came that that little bit of a niggle for Virat Kohli, and then he had eventually started. Let's move a step further and talk about Varun Chakravarthy, the man who has now been drafted into the side. Just about 24 hours since he was drafted into the side, there was always a lot of talk about Varun Chakravarthy being that X factor. That's what we heard from Rohit Sharma. He said that he has some special ability and you would want to make use of that. Gautam Gambhir also believes he comes in as an X factor. And about the exclusion of Yashasvi Jaiswal from the side, he said that Yashasvi Jaiswal has a long future ahead and we can only play 15 players. So not to be worried as to what you can expect from Yashasvi Jaiswal, or it's not like it's a big opportunity loss. There will be tons of opportunities that will come Yashasvi's ways. But the one thing, before I forget and move forward, when he says that he's an X factor, Varun Chakravarthy, he says that another thing is that not many teams have probably figured him out. Not many teams have played against Varun Chakravarthy. Varun Chakravarthy 2.0, must I add, because he's become quicker through the air. He's got, in terms of variation, pretty much the same skill set, but it is very difficult reading him off the hand, and that's what you saw the England team struggle, against him in the T20I series. Though, however, the Indian team is rather excited about Varun Chakravarthy being included, and that gives them an option, is what Gautam Gambhir says. Now, the other question that was posed to him was also about Shubman Gill. Stunning 3 matches that you saw from Shubman Gill. However, these knocks came from him at the back of a rather disappointing series in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and another disappointing time against New Zealand as well. So to him to come back into form with and throw up such numbers, how is it that the team management looks at Shubman Gill? These were the thoughts of the Indian head coach. He says that the problem is that we keep judging players after every inning. Shubman Gill is still very young. He's still about just 25. Test cricket is tough, and going forward, he can deliver in that format. Young players have to be back, and Shubman Gill is definitely that player that the Indian team backs. So don't mix formats, is what he was saying, and he's given you a couple of good knocks in ODI cricket. In fact, plenty of them. He also says that if you can do it in the 50-over format, there is no reason for the team to believe that it can't be done in red ball cricket. But also gives him the leeway that when he says that he is one of the brighter prospects that the Indian team has. So yeah, that is what we had to tell you as far as the latest from the Indian camp is concerned. Couple of big answers that we have. KL Rahul is your number one wicket-keeper batter. The other thing that we know is that Mohammad Shami, while there were question marks because of his involvement in the ODI series was down to just one match. Gautam Gambhir, I'll just quickly show you if you're joining us right now. Gautam Gambhir has given it away in these many words that a Rana or an Arshdeep will have to put their hand up along with a Mohammad Shami, who he says we're happy to have him back with all the experience that he comes in with. So those two things, and the fact that you could still be looking at a situation where a KL Rahul is made to bat at 6 because it's about creating impact, and he feels that the Indian team doesn't look at numbers and averages. They feel that Akshar Patel also has the qualities, a quality left-hander, and why pack your batting up with 5 righties, right-handed batters, when you have a quality batter like an Akshar Patel. So interesting what we've heard from Gautam Gambhir. You let me know what your thoughts are, how you look at his comments, just about a little over a week ahead of India's first match that will be in Dubai against Bangladesh. So let's see how this Indian team fares in the Champions Trophy. We now have a greater idea in terms of what that 11 could look like. Certain guaranteed starters if there were any question marks around them, but still we'll still have to wait because we don't know if Varun starts ahead of a Kuldeep Yadav. That is one thing you will be wanting to see come the 20th of February. The other thing we still don't know is who is it between Arshdeep Singh and Harshit Rana that gives company to a Mohammad Shami. So those couple of questions, I guess we'll have to wait for about a week's time to find out answers to that. But I'll take your leave with that. In case you like what we do over here at Sports Day and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that, and do share this video with those who like following not just cricket but much beyond the cricketing field as well, because that's what we like doing here at Sports Day. Do everything possible and cover as many sports and give you the very latest, everything that you must know. For now, I'll take your leave. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.